Hey there, YouTube. DrumMan66 here. Hope you all had a good 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. America. I hope you hydrated up. You don't have any more Independence Day hangovers and you're having a good day. Hope you cleaned up whatever mess you made. Firecracker in a mailbox. I don't know. I don't judge. Whatever you did. My Independence Day kind of ticked me off a little bit. And I'll tell you why. It's because I went to a concert in a mall parking lot, which I know sounds really classy right off the bat, as a concert in a mall parking lot. The concert was a local concert band that had about 70 people in it, and the parking lot was full. Thousands of people. The mall parking lot was full of people. It looked like Dawn of the Dead. It was pretty sweet. But that required a gigantic sound system. That required a huge PA. And the audio tech they had for this PA had no idea what he was doing. And that prompted me to make this video, which I hope to never have to make. And it's audio do's and don'ts. Emphasis on the do's. Probably an emphasis on the don'ts, depending on how this video goes. But that being said, let's kick this off, tell you some do's and don'ts based off of the bad experience of watching this guy totally screw up an entire night of beautiful, beautiful concert band arrangements. Do number 1, learn about other parts of staging, such as lighting and video. A lot of times you have to share your power source with lighting and video, and this audio tech had no idea that lights draw power. And I watched him do this as somebody walked up with one more Parcan, which is a type of staging light, and asked him if he could plug it in, and this audio tech said, sure, shouldn't be a problem. And sure enough, it was a problem, because Parcans are also known as 1K of lighting, 1 kilowatt of lighting, and a kilowatt, not exactly a small amount of power. And they plugged it in, started flipping breakers, and his digital console shut down, his amp shut down. He panicked, he didn't know what he was doing, he didn't know what the heck happened. All the lights were off, all the video was down, panicking. Finally somebody stepped in and said, you threw breakers and you should never do that again. But with an improper shutdown of a digital console, especially the digital console he had to, restart up really quick and redo all his gain and redo, his entire show and rename all the mic inputs and, retrace everything and set everything back up in like 15 minutes with a parking lot full of thousands of people. That's do number 1, followed by a gigantic explanation of don't panic. That's a big don't. Please don't panic, because nothing looks worse than a panicking, half-drunk audio tech in a mall parking lot. That looks terrible. Don't do that. Audio do number 1. Do actively mix throughout the mix. I gotta tell you, sometimes audio isn't ideal, and they had a singing quartet come up on stage, and this audio tech was kicking back in his chair with a Coors Light. Happy Independence Day, right? And this choir comes up, and the mics were set at basically an equal level to each other, but the mics on stage weren't aimed at the right places. There was a little short soprano who had the lead line. It was the national anthem, and the mic was like way up here, and the bass just happened to be that tall, and so the mic for him was right here at his mouth, and out from the system comes nothing but basically bass and harmony lines, but no melody, because the soprano who has the melody is way down here. So please do actively mix. Sit there and go, what do I need to do to make this sound better? What do I need to pull down? What do I need to push up? What kind of changes do I need? And that leads into another do, which is know a little bit about music, alright? Know how your melody lines go. Know where you're looking for the melody lines. Know what needs to come out and what needs to not go. It's very difficult to explain, but please take like 1 quarter at a community college and just sing in a choir and understand what type of mix you are looking for. And sit there and mix that at the board, and that'd be amazing. The next do is kind of, it should be unspoken. You should know that please do be professional when you're in front of the entire audience. Please, for goodness sakes, don't shout for a Coors Light through the PA system. I'm sure you wanted a beer. That's great. don't shout into the microphone. This professionalism was broken through this whole gig. They were using a cue. They were using the wedge system up on stage for the front of house tech to talk to the people on stage, the on-stage crew, which is great. But the on-stage crew was using the microphones in the main system to talk back, which is not a big deal when you're checking in a closed venue. No big deal. You guys can hear each other really well. But when the parking lot's full of 1,000 people, please learn a little bit of sign language, give the thumbs up, give the okay, give, whatever hand signals, voice signals you need. And if you can't do that, there's such things as, a cheap pair of walkie-talkies. You can go straight into some outdoor outfitting store and buy some walkie-talkies. You can get comm sets. Comm sets are great. They're XLR plugs. You can have a closed circuit comm set where you can speak to each other. It's 2012, people. There's ways to do this besides shouting over an SM58, which is my first don't. Don't think an SM58 is an answer for everything. They were sticking 58s in tubas. They were sticking 58s by bass drums. They were sticking 58s over by the piccolo. Everything was an SM58, and I am a lover of the 58. I really am. I love 58s. But you need to know that an SM58 is not necessarily a fix for every situation, which, it would have worked out great because they had a great setup from the morning crew that set up that day, and then the night crew doing the gig came up and decided that every microphone that wasn't a 58 needed to be a 58, because if it wasn't a 58, it wasn't going to sound good. But the problem is, with all the 58s and the EQing they did, the 58 sounded terrible. They really did. And this comes to another don't. Don't get in over your head. Please don't. This audio tech had 8 subs and mains right by the stage and mains halfway through the parking lot. He didn't realize that you need to set delays so that you don't get a weird slap at the backside of the parking lot, which I was getting because I was in the backside of the parking lot. And the 8 subs that he had never activated once. He didn't know. It was probably the most searingly bright mix I've ever heard. It was absolutely painful. Holy mackerel. But still, read a pamphlet. I don't know. These systems always come with some sort of little booklet that says, Welcome to PV subs. This is, it's like Audio 101, people. I'm not even an audio tech. I'm a musician, alright? I'm a drummer that has an audio hobby, or more of an audio addiction, which is really difficult to deal with because there's no intervention or place to go to fix your audio addiction. But by God, it bothers you when you see it done wrong. Yeah, I've probably got quite a bit more, but I really don't want to bore you that far. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter. I just got it set up at drummingman66, not druminman66, just like the name on my channel, which is like right here, there, here. I don't have a YouTube page here. I will be posting every day on Twitter something musical, bands to follow, articles to see. I'm going to post a lighting article in a couple days so that some of you amazing audio techs out there can learn what a Lico and a Parcan is and a Mac 2K. I'm going to post all those articles on Twitter, and I hope you follow me at drummingman66, and please validate my hunger for attention. Have a nice day.